Welcome Capricorn, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your July general reading. This is going to cover the new and full moons of July. The new moon actually is occurring at the end of June for July, and the full moon will occur on the 17th. However, I'm doing this on the summer solstice. The sun has entered Cancer and is entering into the Sirius Gateway. This is Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky, and of course the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere represents the longest day of the year. This is a time when we have complete planetary alignment with our spiritual sun, our soul's mission, or the work that we selected to do when as the work that we're contributing to the planet. Of course, Sirius, the alignment with Sirius at the time of the solstice has been tracked by the ancients for millennial, and we are in greater alignment with our purpose and how we feel about the new place that we're creating in the planet for ourselves. I'm not going to go into much of the other planetary information. If you're interested, there's a little more information in the description below. But I primarily want to thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, and especially your comments. They're so helpful, so loving, and so kind, and it feeds me. So I thank you for that, Capricorn. Let's get started with overall energy for the month of July, which is the Fool card. This is a beautiful indication of the tremendous amount of liberation that we feel ourselves to be stepping into. The idea that we have traveled a complete journey, perhaps many complete journeys, and we are now in a position of releasing all of the old stories, all of the old goals, and moving on to a new path, a new direction with our memories intact. The only thing we need moving forward. As I indicated, this card at this time represents a liberation from an old way of being, an old way of identifying our place in the world, our old limiting ideas of what we are deserving of, and really opening ourselves up to a new universe with a more expansive desire to be a part of that without knowing how it's going to end up, where we'll end up, what the end game is. The 10th house, indicating our social position, how others see us, indicates the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands in the house of your communal activity, your work effort, your career focus, indicates a problem, the solving of a problem, and your ability to create a positive learning environment as this problem convenes itself, so that you are able to facilitate a team to solve this problem, and that your efforts at this time towards your community, your work, your job, or whatever world you are engaged in is about taking conflicting ideas and information and agreeing to build a set of skills or a practical solution or tool that will resolve the conflict, the chaos that you are experiencing as a community. The first house, our perspective, is the Lovers. And the Lovers is indicating, particularly for Capricorns who may or may not have been in a long drought as far as relationships, romantic relationships are concerned. Even if you're in a relationship, there is an awareness that all of the decisions that you have the opportunity to make at this time are made with full knowledge, full self-knowledge, and alliance with who you are. This is you understanding that your relationship to yourself, to your higher potential, has been deepened by the struggles that you've been through, by the journeys you've been on, so that you now, understanding yourself more deeply, allows you to recognize the needs in others and your ability to select yourself in any opportunity, any event, any relationship, to choose that connection that reflects your most authentic self, your most authentic desires, a complete connection for you, a befriending of yourself, becoming your own best friend. And this indeed has been a life journey. The fourth house, the house of our home, our unconscious, the Tower card. And this must be what I'm feeling, as I'm feeling a tremendous surge of energy because of the summer solstice, but it's also this deep, almost explosion, implosion of various energies that of input into your domestic sphere, your understanding about your roots, your ancestral background, your cultural heritage, where you come from, has been shaken up, has gone full circle, has opened you up to your highest intuition. This, in other decks, can be the lightning or the hand of God, the yod that represents divine energy being sprinkled over a situation that has been stagnant and unyielding for too long. So if you've felt stuck, which I'm sure many of you have, if you felt a sense of sameness about the base of your life, the basic domestic environment of your life, this has been exploded. This is being exploded by events and opportunities to jettison old ideas, to receive a course correction, and dispense with outmoded energy. The seventh house, the house of significant others, contains the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is the beautiful collaboration card. So sitting opposite the Lovers, where you get to choose those events, opportunities, and relationships that vibe most cleanly with your own relationships, your own desires, your own needs, you have a unique opportunity to collaborate with those peers who are like you, able to be flexible in your ability, your joined ability to work, create, build something with an intention towards elevating the quality of that service, that product, putting an extra spin, extra polish on it, making it especially awesome or effective in whatever purpose it serves. So this is a chance for you to enjoy your collaboration, to provide input and receive information in a way that is equitable and flexible, really hooking you into the joy of discovery. I'm going to clarify the Lovers in the first house with the Ace of Swords in the second house and the Hanged Man in the third house. Definitely gaining so much clarity at this time, and it's interesting these two come together. The Ace of Swords is showing new inspirations, new understandings, new opportunities to understand, to see the truth, a new openness to recognizing that it is your perspective, it is your idea about possibilities that is shaping your success or failure. The Hanged Man kind of supports this clarity, this new idea that you are capable of pursuing, with an understanding further that you are consciously changing the way you think about the possibilities that exist. You are changing your perspective on who you are, your capacity, behaviors, attitudes, and even triggers that are no longer essential, but in fact are limiting you from moving comfortably on this really risky, exciting, thrilling new adventure that you're embarking upon. The Tower card in the 4th house is being clarified by the 6 of Pentacles in the 5th house and the Knight of Wands in the 6th house. So you are definitely balancing out the resources, the energy, the attention that you give to others, as opposed to your default mode of caretaking, assuming responsibility for others. You are recognizing that relationships are not truly functional if they don't indeed include and meet your needs as well. The consideration of the needs of others, your desire to invest in opportunities, is very much shaped by your now fuller understanding that love is not love unless you allow those to whom you love and serve to love and or serve you back. This is really profound for Capricorns because there is a deep sense of not other people not being able to do what you do as well as you do it, not asking for help, but rather giving help, as though that is completing a relationship rather than a transaction. So you're really looking at your transactional frame around relationships and altering that, making space to receive, asking for help, expecting help. The Knight of Wands in the 6th house is really underscoring your desire to grow and expand. What you have been doing is not enough. You know that you can work better without working harder. You can be more efficient and more productive by not doing more stuff, by maximizing your relationships and your ability to receive assistance and help from others. The 3 of Pentacles in the 7th house is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in the 8th house and the 5 of Swords in the 9th house. The Queen of Pentacles is really building and describing what you bring to your partnerships and relationships. It is no surprise, Capricorn, the Queen of Pentacles shows up here as embodying resourcefulness, abundance, prosperity. She is generous in the way that she is able to invest in those projects and the possibilities that others present. She is also able to understand that in order to move in a new direction, to understand and implement new clarity, new truth, relies on the ability to take one step at a time. The 5 of Swords in the 9th house indicates that there is a lot of self-limiting beliefs that you continue to recognize now in your communications, in your efforts to distribute the impact of your work with others. So as you're looking for new markets, new vehicles, new channels to share what you learn, what you create, what you're building with others, you're recognizing that misinformation, misdirection, even betrayal and outright thievery, in other words, taking credit by others for something that you have done, can only happen if you invest in those doubts, if you allow this misinformation to feed into doubts about what you're doing, insecurity about the talents you believe, believing that you don't have enough to do what it is you want to do. That is the lie, that is the limiting belief, and one which you are very consciously overturning through your efforts to actually understand this clarity that is being gifted to you. And your ability to consider it without the pressure of deadlines, without the pressure of others' expectations, but only by your ability to stand back, to look within, can you recognize the deceit, the self-deceit of trusting those who do not have your best interest in mind. The Four of Wands in the 10th house is clarified by the 10 of Wands in the 11th house and the 6 of Cups in the 12th house. You continue to look at what for you, Capricorn, with the ruling planet of Saturn, the ultimate taskmaster, is the ways in which you automatically assume responsibility for everything and everyone around you. This is a deep character flaw that is rewarded over and over again in our society. Not the desire to step up and be responsible, but to be responsible for everything, even those things that do not belong to you, on the mistaken belief that you can do it better. This is your opportunity to examine your responsibilities, to meet the requests for your help, the offers that are presented to you as opportunities for you to consider what needs will be met of yours through accepting this new work, this new direction, these new opportunities. To consider how it makes you feel, how it will impact your life, what connections you will receive, what networking opportunities, what information becomes available to you as a result of these offers. That is something you are now considering in a new lens, with a greater desire, with the 6 of Cups in your 12th house, to clear away space for you to receive, to be cautious about jumping into new projects, being cautious about the new direction that you move on, fully capable of exploding your potential in this new arena, but continuing to seek clarity about what that means in terms of your daily steps, of the next move you make, of the path you take, of the process you undergo, resisting the glamour and glory of having it all, apparently having the most, being the boss, to the reality of what makes you feel good, what helps you to continue to contribute without compromising your ability to enjoy that, your ability to build love into your experience, the receipt of that love, to facilitate it, to make it real, to locate it in your experience, rather than something that will come someday and that hasn't come for a very long time. I'm going to finish off this reading, Capricorn, with a botanical inspiration. And I've pulled the magnolia. The key words are nobility and self-esteem. Hemingway said, "There's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow humans. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self." I'm going to leave it here, Capricorn. I thank you for your time and attention, and until next time, namaste.